Hey everybody, Rob here. So day 6 of the quarantine. I'm trying to do a video a day, either to throw up on YouTube or in the forum, or both. So today I want to talk to you about family portraiture and show you a couple of examples. I've done a lot over my 40-year career. I love doing families. It's one of my favorite sessions to do. So I want to talk a little bit about technical and a little bit about marketing. It's going to be a very quick video. For some odd reason, I get a lot of families with 3 boys. So what's cool is the repetitiveness and the fact that every year they come to me over and over and over again. Like this family right here on the screen. I've been photographing them since they were babies. Like the oldest is now going into 2nd or 3rd year university. And, you know, every fall I photograph them. So it's kind of cool. Here's a family. I did their wedding, and they have 2 little babies. There's not 3 boys, but here's another family where I've done their wedding as well. She's also got 2 sisters, and I photographed both their weddings and their kids. So my point being that when you establish yourself in your community, you get a lot of repeat business, and there's a lot of intersectionality insofar as the types of products you do. It sort of baffles me when I talk to people and they say, I hate doing weddings, but I like families. I don't know that that's a smart move. I really think it's very smart to be doing weddings because a lot of my family portraits come from weddings. I don't do this anymore, but if I had to, and I might, I used to have a lot of extra bonus add-ons whenever anybody was shopping for a wedding photographer. So I'd give them a free engagement session, a print for signing at the hall, a free family session for the bride's family, the groom's family. So all these like additional bonuses that were added value, which I think is a really smart marketing move. But I would tell the couple that one of the reasons I like offering the free family shoot, there's actually my secret reason, but the reason I tell them is I want to get to know the family before the wedding date. And that way it's like, oh, it's Rob on the wedding days. Yeah, he did our family portraits. And it's a big selling point, you know. So in my wedding packages, I would include a free family session for each, the bride's family and groom's family. All right, here's the same 3 boys right here. Check it out. So let's talk a little bit about these guys right here. Actually, I'm going to go into Photoshop. I want to show you something. All right. I'm going to show you a bit of technical, and I'm going to be done in no time at all. Check this out, by the way. I'm in my studio right now. So, I don't know. I got to be able to see what I'm doing here. So, look over here. You can see that's them. Right there. And there's that little guy right there. See? All right, let me just show you a little more and explain what I'm getting at. Okay, so I photographed this in 2014. I photographed their wedding, their engagement session, her extended family, like her mom and dad and all the siblings and the whole gang, his extended family several times, and each one of these boys, I have photographed their baby's first year, 3, 6, 9, and 12 months. So tell me I haven't had these guys in front of my camera a lot of times over the years. Look at this. Look at this guy right here. All right, check him out. Here's a picture of him. Whoops. When he was 8 months old. Okay, same guy. So it's cool that a lot of these families come back to me year after year, and that's the essence of creating a solid business where people come back to you over and over and over again. All right, so let me finish by talking about this family. When I was photographing them at their house, it was November, and all the family shots were being done indoors. And I looked outside, and they live on a lake, and I said, you know, it's winter time, right? There's snow on the ground. I mean, it's early winter. And I said, you guys willing to go outside? And that was what we ended up with, and that was my favorite picture of all, was this sort of lighting. I want to point out a couple things. The pose, you notice it's triangulation. I always put the youngest in the safest place. Usually it's on mom's lap, but in this case they're standing up. So I put the youngest between mom and dad. And I put the second youngest, he's probably a little more insecure, middle child syndrome. I put the oldest over here. I did that on purpose. This is all on purpose. So he's a little more independent. So I'm throwing him over there next to dad. He's probably closest to dad because he's the oldest in the family. I don't know. It's just a thing, you know. So I photographed them sort of with this strategy in mind. And there's a lot more to it, and I don't have time to get into it, but I'm just touching on this right now. So notice how dad is standing. He's pretty much square to the camera. Always have mom turn a little bit and have that leg relax. See how she's relaxed that leg? I want her to look feminine and attractive. And when we were going outside to shoot this, they happened to have their babysitter show up, and I said, hey, can you come and help me? And there she is. So I use the Godox now, but back then I was using the Alien B, and you could see there's a pocket wizard there, and I'm firing it. And I have a Alien B, the battery, whatever that battery is called, the Vagabond. Okay, so what I like about this shot, and by the way, let's go to the data, and I'll tell you what I like about it. I shot this with a Nikon D800, so that was 6 years ago. I'm now Sony. The next year I flipped to Sony. I shot it with the 24-120. I don't remember owning that lens, but I suppose I did. I thought I shot it with the 70-200. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I shot it at 120. You can see right here. At an 80th of a second at f4, so as wide as the lens can go. I shot it at that aperture, ISO 100. This means I use the tripod. I would not do a shoot like this unless I had no choice. But any kind of family shoot where I'm pretty sure they're going to get a canvas, I shoot with a tripod. I want good, sharp images in focus. I don't want to take any chances. And I want the exposure to do good. So to be good. So the way I create my exposures, and I wouldn't recommend this if you're starting out. Use your light meter, use a gray card, but I don't use any of that anymore. I haven't used any of that for years and years and years. I look at the scene, I guess my exposure, my core exposure, my ambient light, I adjust. So everything's on manual, and then I turn the Alien B on, and I poof, and I adjust. I just eyeball it. I look at my levels inside my camera. That's how I expose. So you got to be very comfortable. You got to kind of know. After so many years of creating images, you just kind of know. And you know, when you're photographing families, you're dealing with people and children, and sometimes you don't have as much control as you'd like. So you've got to deal with that. You've got to be like a movie director. You got to get everybody in place. You got to be persuasive. You got to grab their attention and have them holding on to you visually so that you can get the shot. And that's how that works. So I'm going to tell you what I really like and what I don't like about this image. I like the fact that the color tones are all gray. You see they happen to be wearing the same color tones as what is the lake, which is kind of cool, right? So their skin tones really pop out, and they're all consistently wearing blue jeans. What I don't like, and if I had to shoot this over, is I would have just changed my camera angle a little bit or had them step over to their left, my right, their left. Because I don't like the fact that this tree is behind him. I could have moved him right over here and have everybody right lined up with the lake. Minor detail, really, in the grand scheme of things, because the large wall portrait looks amazing. So family portraits are one of my absolute all-time favorite sessions, and I've photographed many in my career, and I love doing them. And it takes a little bit of technical as well as psychological knowledge insofar as learning how to. I want to say the word manipulate. In a sense, you are manipulating their behavior, but how to best direct them so they're comfortable and they feel good, and you get some great expressions. So if you have any questions, let me know. All right, thanks, guys. Bye now.